Have you ever eagerly awaited a specific season to unleash that perfect eyeshadow palette? But then... And then, when the moment arrives, you understand that actually your colorful palettes have been gathering the dust. Hi, welcome to the Art Hub, a place where things sometimes do not go the way we planned. I know it's the end of the August, but let's get back to summer. Close your eyes and picture this. Vibrant hues, shimmering glimmers, and the summer vibes are transformed into the palette. I bet you would have something like this, or this, or this. And as you can see, I am a proud owner of a lot of colorful palettes. I will talk about some of them in my next week video, and the rest were obviously expected to be heavily used this summer. And the first among them was this Paradise Island from Nomad Cosmetics. As for me, this palette definitely screams summer. It has sunlit golds, vibrant colors, lush greens, and deep ocean blues. Those are typical summer colors, and on top of that, every matte has a corresponding shimmer. This palette seems effortless, and summer makeup, as for me, is all about this effortless beauty. So how come that instead of this palette, I used this one? I can only venture a guess, and my guess is that even though that palette from Nomad Cosmetics is very colorful, it's not wholesome. Those bright colors, they are mid-tone colors, meaning they are great for building the gradient or maybe adding some blending, but they are not very good for definition. The darkest color in the Nomad palette is this blue, which, as you can see, is not dark enough for a wing. You can put the eyeliner and then pack the color onto it, but it's not effortless beauty. What I want is to do my makeup, the fun one, within like 10 minutes. And unfortunately, this palette didn't give me that option. Instead, I was rocking such a wintry palette my whole summer. When you open this palette, you get this nice golden shimmery shades and a very intense blue that is perfect for a wing. And this is the makeup look that I was rocking this summer using BH Cosmetics Blueberry Muffin, typically wintry palette. And that got me thinking, if there were other palettes that are non-traditionally summer, but great for creating a summery look, and actually, I could find at least 2 more. If you watched my previous update on Project Pan, you would know that I finished a lot of shades in my eyeshadow palette, so in order to use up the remaining ones, I decided to give it an accompanying palette. I thought Lost in Los Angeles by BH Cosmetics would be a perfect companion because it is summer, a lot of shades are very nice, very shimmery, very summer appropriate. Spoiler alert, I used those shimmery shades only once. Instead, my Project Pan palette found a great companionship in, drumrolls, Pat McGrath Mothership 3. Yeah, you heard me right. One of the darkest and the grungiest palettes in my collection is a great summery palette, actually, if you didn't know that. Because I didn't know, I didn't expect, I didn't even have idea that I can use this palette in summer. If you watch any review of this palette, people will tell you that it is very grungy, very dark palette. And I totally agree with that. But if you pair special shades with shimmery base, something like Color Fix from Danessa Myricks in the shade Ballerina, these turn out to be lightweight, fairy dust on your lids with a nice shimmery wing. So who would have thought that this will be my second most used summery palette? Definitely not me. The last one is Romantic Nomad from BH Cosmetics. I used this shade as my highlighter because I was pretty reluctant to use a lot of shades from this palette because they are not as good of the quality as my other BH Cosmetics. Actually, funny how many BH Cosmetics palettes I've decided or I tried even to use this summer. I picked it because the color range was very summer appropriate as for me. And I didn't expect it a very elaborate gradient, like very colorful look. The shimmer on the top and some colorful wing. This is everything that I wanted to do this summer. Would you like to know what I use instead? I bet you would. ColourPop The Mandalorian. How can this be a summer palette? I have no idea. But my hand was constantly reaching for this palette, specifically for this shade, which is a perfect summery blush. And I use Imperial Credit all over the lid. I also added, I think that is called Amethyst, is ColourPop Eye Pencil as my eyeliner. Here is the actual look. I loved using it like this. I would never expect to use this palette in summer. These 2 months of experimenting have totally shattered my belief that some colors are used exclusively in specific seasons. The more I wear makeup, the more I try to do different looks, the more I understand that actually with a little bit of creativity, you can make any colors work. Maybe you would need to put extra effort, but still you can make them work for your skin or for the makeup look that you're going for. Everything actually is very relative. What about you? Are there some colors that you do not wear in a specific season? If yes, or if no, please let me know in the comment section below. I would love to chat with you there. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.